Hey guys, Nutty Buckeye back. This time we've got something a little different. We have got the 1/12 action figure scale Bloodshot from ThreeZero, and it's a comic book character from Valiant. As I said with the McFarlane, I loved Bloodshot when I was a kid in high school. It was actually one of the biggest selling comics of its time when it first came out. And then they made a movie with Vin Diesel. They've had some shorts done in the past on Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, where Jason David Frank played the character. But I've heard a lot of good things about this ThreeZero version of Bloodshot, and it's been out for a while, so if you guys are interested, I think you could still get a hold of it. But let's go ahead and bust this bad boy out and take a look at him and see if he holds up to the Bloodshot name. All right, just 1 second, guys. As I got the wrapper off, I just wanted to take a look at the box art with you guys. On the front, we've got the Valiant Comics logo, Valiant, the character's name, Bloodshot. It's got license information below that, showing that he is a 1/12 scale action figure from ThreeZero S and ThreeZero. It's got a ThreeZero hologram up here on top, making sure that it is not made by somebody else. It's not counterfeit. It's got the ThreeZero logo, ThreeZero logo, Bloodshot, and Valiant again. On the side, it's got a really cool artwork of the action figure rather than the comic book character. So it actually shows the articulation lines. The name Bloodshot, again, the companies that are behind it. The other side is yet a different pose, and it's a drawing or a picture. It looks like a drawing, but it's of the actual action figure. And again, the names, the scale of the figure. And then on the very bottom is the same thing we had on top, just minus the hologram. So this bad boy, oh, and the back, sorry, my bad. The back has the Valiant logo again, the Bloodshot title, the companies that are behind it. It's got multiple languages here breaking down information on the character. It's got legalese. It's got manufactured by ThreeZero out of Hong Kong. Again, small parts could cause harm if swallowed by children, not suitable for children under 3 years old. This is not a toy, only suitable for ages 15 or above. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to play with this. It's going to be a toy. And if not, it's my bitch, because I am getting after this one. So let's cut the tape open and get into the box and see what Bloodshot from ThreeZero is all about. The package is nice and sturdy. It's a nice thicker cardboard, so it's not flimsy. You're gonna get damaged if you got it ordered and had it shipped to you. And behind the figure is a sheet of directions letting you know where the hands go, where the shirt goes, a harness, weapons such as that. And I'm sure it's got a breakdown of the articulation, more information like that. But I don't really read instructions, so I'm just going to set that to the side and keep it sealed. And then we've got a clamshell here, like a lot of packages lately. That's a nice way to do it. Make sure your miniatures or your action figure stays safe in the transport. Then we have a nice little t-shirt that is actually shrink wrapped, or not shrink wrapped, but still sealed in a package for Bloodshot to wear. I mean, it gets cold. Some of those nights you don't want to walk around like bare-chested, and you want to show that you could be a gentleman and wear a nice shirt with your little blood splatter dot dead center. But I do like it. The feel of it's nice and stretchy. It looks like it'd be pretty easy to put on the figure. We've got a total of 4 different sets of hands, because it's got the 2 that are on the action figure and then 3 spare. We've got a harness to go over his shoulders, his katana, looks like I don't know, of a 1911, just a nice sidearm, then some kind of submachine gun, and then a machine gun, a larger one. Bloodshot is sealed in front and from behind, which is awesome. ThreeZero went out of their way to make sure there would be no scuffs on that paint job. And that paint job is fantastic. It's done, it's not really like that the comic cell shading you see on a lot of the Hasbro ones for Marvel. This is done very, very light shading, done at the muscles, the musculature, to show, since it's an all-white body, I mean, with the nanites inside of him, you got to do something to show off the detail. And the way they did it looks like little pencil lines for the shading. So it's not like that comic whatever they call it from Marvel and Hasbro. This is much better. The likeness of the character looks way more like the comic book character than Vin Diesel's face did on the McFarlane one. Not that the McFarlane one was bad, because it did look like Vin Diesel himself. And then he's got a pair of fatigues, some knee pads. I don't know if they were intending to put a harness here for his thigh buckles, because as you can see, he's just got thigh buckles. And I know it's not for like for him to pull it real tight if he gets his leg blown off, anything like that, tourniquet, because he could just reform himself with the nanites. So I'm hoping, yeah, it doesn't show what on the character there on the instructions. So it looks like they just forgot to put it on at the factory, or didn't intend to all along. And we'll get in the articulation here in a second. Let's first go over all of the goodies that come with them. Ooh, desiccant silicone gel. And I lost a gun. Whoa, stop the presses, everyone. All right, guys, Nutty Buckeye's back. For you, it seems like mere seconds. But for the Nutty Buckeye, that was a lot of time looking around all over the floor, trying to find this bad boy. But if you want to stick around and see the actual travesty itself, feel free to stick around for the end of the video for the first ever blooper reel shared by the Nutty Buckeye. All right, we've got on the figure himself 2 open hands, splayed hands. I guess you could call them martial art hands or handshaking hands. Then we've got 2 trigger hand fingers, or hands, yeah, because you got the left and right hand ready to pull a trigger and blow somebody away. You have 2 cupping hands, 1 for each hand, right and left. Looks like to hold the sword or the katana. And then you have 2 solid fists for when, you know, just negotiations and talking just doesn't quite get it done, and you need to beat the ever-living crap out of somebody. That's what the fists are for. He's got what appears to be like another heavy machine gun. I don't know, maybe an M16. I don't know what they're called. Again, I have no information, not any knowledge on machine guns. It could be real, it could be fake. It looks real, looks really cool. And then another handgun, not certain what it is, but very cool looking, very modern-esque. Don't know if it's a 9mm or what. I don't know. That you guys can make fun of me in the description or in the comments. And then another submachine gun, and this one's more compact. And he's got this shoulder harness that goes over both of his arms and comes out in the back so he can hold his katana in the strap there. But in the meanwhile, the katana has a sheath scabbard there, and comes out nice full-length silver katana. I like the paint scheme on it. It's kind of locks in there like a real katana, the tension of the metal guard, or I forget what it's called there, right at the handle. And again, you've got the soft shirt. You can feel like it can easily go over top of Bloodshot. You can work around with it. I will probably never use that, as I always liked it better when the character was running around with his bare chest. Looks more like something like a comic design. But I will throw this shoulder harness on real quick, show you guys how it looks. Appreciate your help there, Bloodshot. Getting it all set up for you, big guy. And harness kind of goes like that. And he can carry, he's got no peg holes in the bottom of his feet, which is, I mean, I like to put my figs on bases and display them certain ways, so that's kind of a bummer. But I mean, as a whole, it's nothing that's going to be a deal breaker. So those are all of the accessories that come with this guy. Now let's see the articulation from ThreeZero. Now he's got the butterflies there. You can see them behind the straps. That's going to help with having them dual. He'll be able to get both hands on the katana when he actually does go to do that. As you can see, the hands can overlap quite a bit. Can actually touch his pecs on each side. And then, so the butterflies help quite a bit. Then it's got full rotation there. Let me get the harness off so I can not get that jammed in there when I'm playing with this action figure. And I did say play, because like I said at the beginning, this is a toy, buddy, and I'm playing with it like one. So, China, sorry, you can deal with me later. This is a toy. All right, so his arm comes up, can go all the way around 360. He's got that butterfly joint in there. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got double hinged elbow. He can touch his face, do whatever he needs to. If he's got an itch, a scratch, he can take care of that. His wrist is on a ball joint. He can go all over, up and down, because again, it looks like this one is up and down, but I guess if you go all the way around, it'd be side to side. So nice joint, or ball joint there for the hands, which makes the figure a lot more maneuverable. For the head, his looking up can go that far up, and looking down, he can look that far down. He's got a belt that is attached to the sculpt. He's got a torso here with an ab crunch on it. He's got an actual separate neck that moves quite a bit and helps with the articulation for the head. The Adam's apple does kind of hit his upper pectorals a bit, but it's nothing that's going to damage the action figure. But then you've got your upper ab crunch. That allows him to crunch forward that far with an ab crunch. And then you can spin all the way around at the waist if you wanted to. It's on a ball. His legs can do better than Van Damme on the Van Damme. He's got actually drop down legs on the crotch there. You can actually see how the space where it drops down really allows him to do a lot more things with his legs. Like, you could do unbelievable things. He's got a double jointed knee. Can't get up to kick his bloodshot hiney. Almost. Oh! Ding! Fries are done. He kicked the bloodshot hiney. And then he's got no boot swivel. I thought that was maybe a line there, but it's no cut. But he does have nice swivel back and forth at the ankle. His ankle can go up that much and down that much. But when he's going up, if he wants, he can also move his toes up quite a bit, because he's got articulated toes on those big old combat boots. And the articulation on this guy is quite nice. As I was mentioning with my other reviews, it feels nice when you can actually get an action figure that feels like it's not going to break any minute, like it's a durable chunk of plastic. And this Bloodshot is such a model. He is a durable hunk of plastic. and I am pleased that I can add him to my Bloodshot collection. I don't know if anybody else out there has bought this for their collection, or if they've thought about it. If so, I encourage you to pull the trigger. If you haven't yet, tell me why in my comments. I'd like to know. And then if you have bought it, let me know what your thoughts are on it personally. I'd like to hear other reviews and see what other people think, and make sure I'm not a crazy lunatic who just really likes a guy that's dead, been reincarnated by computer nanites, and runs around fighting for the little guy, I guess. I haven't read Bloodshot in years, and I don't know what the current Valiant iteration of Valiant Comics is doing with him, but I do love the character. I love this action figure. I will probably eventually bust into this instruction manual and just make sure there's nothing in there that I'm completely missing out on, and like, just to show that I'm not an idiot. I'm an idiot, but I mean, at least they even call it just a regular pistol, a submachine gun, and then a semi-automatic rifle. And like, I just don't know guns. There's a lot of people that do, and hey, more power to you. That's awesome. But I'd rather know more toys. Again, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed all the videos I make. If not, at least maybe I'll give you a laugh here or again. But if you could, leave me a comment on the video. Let me know if you've stayed this long by putting Bloodshot in your comment somewhere. And then just let me know what you thought of it, how I did. And if you haven't subscribed yet, or you know somebody that might be interested in goofy toy reviews by some weird guy, let them know that the Nutty Buckeye channel is always taking new subscribers. We will never turn them away. And hey, new subscribers are great. They really help, and I really appreciate them. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Take care of yourself. Turn away from the darkness. Turn towards the light. There are people out there that do love you and will care about you. So make sure you keep them in your life. And take care of yourself. God bless. Nutty Buckeye out. Peace. Here in a second, let's first go over all of the goodies that come with him. Ooh, desiccant silicone gel. And I lost a gun. Whoa, stop the presses, everyone. This is a travesty. It really is a travesty.